Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. The date is August 2, 2018, and it's about 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Another sunny day in store here for the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of Abomination. Abomination. What a name. Well, a viewer made a comment that he always enjoys my stories. It was a he. Okay, it was a male viewer. So no sexism there. So I thought I'd give you a story. I thought I'd just tell you a little story. It's kind of humorous and also kind of aggravating and scary at the same time. Way back in the middle 1970s, probably about 1975, I used to go down to the basement of Pioneer Hall, a dormitory building at the University of Minnesota on the Minneapolis campus, where they had amateur radio station W0YC, Whiskey Zero Yankee Charlie, and I was just about the only person who ever operated that station. My roommate, George, used to sit in the other room while I operated the ham radio, and he did various electronics experiments while I did various experiments with the old 75A4 Collins receiver and a homebrew transmitter that put out a kilowatt, I believe, with a pair of Jake, I thought I stopped taking the video, but I guess I didn't hit the button hard enough. Oh, an absent-minded storyteller here. And anyway, what happened was one night I was operating CW, which I always did, and back then I was into high-speed CW, or QRQ, as they called it, and a certain group of operators used to hang around 7.030 and 14.030 megahertz in particular. And this must have been 7.030 because it was wintertime in the evening, but you can never really be sure about those things, about those particulars. And somebody started deliberately interfering with my contacts. And I know it was deliberate interference because every time I had full break-in and every time I started sending, and the station who was doing the interfering knew that it was me, they'd send da 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 0 beat with my signal. I would change frequency a little bit, and the QRM creator would deliberately follow. The malicious operator, I guess you could call it a lid. That's what they call a bad operator, but it was worse than that. This was the emperor of lids. And this person plagued me for a number of nights for some reason that I guess I'll never understand. He was a very good operator, if it was a he, and I presume it was, because most ham radio operators are, but maybe that's a sexist presumption, eh? And I also don't think women are as likely to do that sort of thing as men are for some reason. But the warrior lid, the king of the lids, the emperor of the lids, was on my case, on my life, made it impossible for me to make any contacts at all because they were 0 beat with the frequency that I was operating on and always with the frequency that the other station operated on. So it spoiled my fun, so to speak, for a few nights there. I don't recall exactly. But it was hard to believe that such a vicious, malicious person could be such a proficient CW operator. But I guess, just as it takes all kinds to make a world, It takes all kinds to make a CW operator. Uh, well, there are all kinds of CW operators, let's put it that way. There are bad ones and good ones in various ways, but this person, and he seemed good natured about it. I would go hi, 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 and he would come back hi, hi, hi. It was like uh, hi, 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 okay, that kind of thing. And there was absolutely no way to stop that person from doing this, short of contacting the Federal Communications Commission and having them try to track this person down on a band where long wave or skywave propagation could occur for thousands and thousands of miles. It would be not worth their resources. So there are people out there who deliberately break the rules, surprise, surprise. But it really astonished me to think that such a proficient CW operator wouldn't join the crowd and join the fun rather than simply spoiling it. But the spoiler, the lid, the king of the lids, the emperor of the lids, and ultimately, I suppose, nowadays, who knows what became of such a person. If he was that way on the CW bands, he was probably that way in real life, and probably has undergone several facial reconstruction surgeries. A possibility in which I take boundless delight imagining it. So much for today's story. Hope you enjoyed it. If you hear W1GV on the air and you decide to interfere with me, I guess there's absolutely nothing you can do uh, to stop me from operating anyway. Until next time, 73 and so long, which, lid or no, QRM or no, emperor or no, skywave propagation or no, always translates in my native fist to da 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 da.